Okay, good morning. Good morning. A good morning. Hey, I don't really want to do this, but I have to. I'm going to lay out just like it's not a rebuke, but just like a disagreement, I guess. And, maybe a rebuke. I don't know. You call it what you want. Not a personal rebuke, more like a theological rebuke, okay? Dr. Barry Awe and his little friend, and then everybody else, okay? I love you. I watch everything you do. I love you. You're my brothers, and I love everything you do. But listen, guys, when you first find out about the gospel in the stars, it's incredible. The Mazzaroth and what all the constellations mean. You should do research on it yourself and go look up the gospel in the stars. It tells the whole story of everything that's gone on. The Messiah, the virgin birth, the slaying of the dragon, the victory in Jesus' name. It's all in the stars. It's amazing. But these people who are like looking at moon cycles and Jupiter's doing this, and then it's in Pisces, and then this means fish, and then this is that. My name means this and this, and I had a dream, and this means, and then now the sun is going over here, and there's a star. It's like, dude. First of all, when we first, 2015, the blood moons. Let's just start from the beginning. 2015, with the blood moons that landed exactly on the feast days. Pop, 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 blood moon tetrad, Mark Biltz. It's mind-blowing. The accuracy, the rarity of it. And then to use scriptures like in Joel and other places that there will be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars before the coming of the Lord, before that great and horrible day. So when it was first presented, it was like, yes, okay, I get it. This is fantastic. This is right on. And then the Revelation 12 sign occurred. And it was like spot on. And people critiqued it and double researched it. We have the ability to look back and forward and see and track the pathways of the sun, moon, and the stars. And we know from Genesis that they were made for signs and seasons. Okay, so I agree with it. I just want to lay that out there. And we've been warned. We've seen amazing stuff. And isn't it incredible that all of this stuff happened before 2020? Okay, if you know what I mean. So these signs should have woken up a lot of people, and they did. I'm one of them. It helped open my eyes, and you know what? It prepared me for when the massive deception started in 2020. I was already awake. It didn't hit me by surprise. When it happened, I was one of the first people who got canceled online on FB, which I no longer have, by saying this whole thing is from Satan. All right? It was so obvious. And then to see even the Christians take it hook, line, and sinker, and everybody locked down. I mean, I was mad, angry, and sad, and went through all the emotions of it. But what I'm trying to say is, so there was a lot of good that came from people reading the signs and helping them wake up to the truth of this facade that we live under in this world. But I need to just do a slight rebuke here. These people are mapping things and then saying, oh, the rapture, it's the perfect time for the rapture because you see this planet is in this constellation, and that means that No freaking way. It's not. It can't. First of all, here's how I can prove that this is wrong. To try to time the rapture according to this, some random interpretation of what's going on in the stars. They've been wrong every time, and then say, this one's perfect. Here's where the rapture takes place according to these constellations and this movement. What the hell are you talking about? Then what was the other one? Was the other one perfect? It's not interpreted that way. Paul told us when the rapture is. At the sound of the last trump. In the twinkling of an eye. This is the Feast of Trumpets. It's the next one on the list. Jesus fulfilled the first 4 out of 7 in his first coming for the spring feasts. Then there's a large gap of time, and then the fall feasts. How is that not exactly what has happened in the history of the world? Trying to pinpoint this stuff when you've got the answer written right there. It's obvious. And then you throw in imminency people who are like, it could happen at any day, any time. Yeah, right. Could it have happened when Israel wasn't a nation yet? When the chess pieces of the board and the 2 days hadn't passed? The expansion of the gospel around the earth. Look at the past. Look at the history of the last 2,000 years. The world had to receive the good news and the gospel all around the world. So there couldn't have been imminent. There was a job to do. There was a mission here for the past 2,000 years. And yeah, hey man, we're approaching. That's it. I believe 2030 sounds great. If Jesus died in 2030, you minus 7 years, that's 2023, Feast of Trumpets, let's go home. It sounds great to me. It sounds right on. He could have died and resurrected in 31, 32, 33. That's about it. Then the window on that prophecy closes. And then he dung it in maybe 1 year, 34, minus 7, 2027? But it's possible. But trying every year to say, oh, it could be Pentecost, it could be Passover, it could be, and here's why it could be, and oh, it's perfect for this one. All right, now we're at the Feast of Trumpets. This is really the one. You can't do that anymore. Looking in the stars for this, we weren't told that. According to the rapture, there has been signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, the blood moons, the great American eclipse, the Revelation 12 sign. This stuff has happened in the stars, and it should have woken us all up. But if you study the rapture, which was a mystery given to Paul by Jesus Christ himself, what did he say about it? He's giving you all the clues that it's on the Feast of Trumpets. That's the rapture. A lot of the other stuff is about the second coming. So yeah, you can try to measure the second coming according to this stuff and then minus 7 years, but there could be a gap. It could be minus 8. We don't know. We don't know. But Jesus, look, he's always told us that we will know the signs and the season. The season. What's the season of the rapture? The Feast of Trumpets. That's the season every year. Especially now that we're in the time zone of it being 2,000 years since Jesus resurrected and said, I'll be back in 2 days. Since 2015, I have watched and studied all of it, everybody's stuff on YouTube. from people I don't agree with to people I agree with, from stupid Joel Richardson, who I don't like. The guy's a jerk. Let's just put it out there. But I've studied everything he's had to say, and some of it has really been inspiring. Maybe he's right. But there's other people that I love and that aren't jerks and probably good people I'd want to hang out with, who are teaching astronomy and astrology in a way that, like, come on, dude, you don't know what the hell Jupiter doing retrograde means. You don't know. You can guess. Fine. But then to say it's in Pisces and, oh, that's a fisherman, and that who's Jesus? He's told us to be fishermen, so the rapture has to be right here in this zone. God, it could be. I mean, thank the Lord. Like in the next couple of days, these people think, oh, Jupiter's right on the edge. It's got to be in the next couple of days. Fine, I'll call you. If you're right, that'd be great. We go home and we party. But man, there's nothing New Testament about that. The New Testament is talking Feast of Trumpets up and down and yin yang city from our apostle to the Gentiles, from Paul himself, who got it from Jesus, the resurrected Jesus, who spoke to Paul directly. He got it straight from the Lord, he says. Why are we looking at this other stuff? Why? It's over. I'm guilty too. I'm not saying that I've never been caught up in it. I have. But it's time to say no. Look, fine, I'm ready for any feast, any time. I want Jesus to come right now. But these guys and they're freaking looking at the stars and then showing these and like telling people what it means and why. And it's awesome. I love it. But dude, come on. When that's wrong and the stars move into a new map and then you make a new show about these maps and what the stars are doing and say it's perfect timing for the rapture, that's crap. Because you then do a whole show on why the other one wasn't perfect. It's starting to piss me off. I love them. It's time. I'm one of them. I'm one of the people sounding the alarm all the time. Hardcore in 2015 and 2017, dude. Like every day making posts. This is it. Get ready. And I have to live with the consequences of that. And I'm doing it now. I think it's a huge opportunity for it to happen in the fall. And could it happen? Yeah, it could happen today, tomorrow. It could, but I don't lean that way too much. I think he's appointed a day. And we've been told that day pretty clearly in the New Testament and little tiny mystery nuggets in the Old Testament. But you got to remember, Paul was the one who was given the mystery from Jesus himself. And God hid it away. No one knew about it. But now that we know and we have this revelation, we can look back at Old Testament stuff and go, hey, look, there's some pretty obvious signs of it. Anyway, okay, can you feel me? Can you feel me? I love Dr. Berriaw. I love his little buddy. I love some other people that do this stuff. But this mapping the rapture by your interpretation of the constellations and then changing it all the time is crap. It's time to stop that. It's time to stop. We've done enough of that. All right? I'm not going to point in the past, but if I'm going to say today and future, right? Enough's enough. That's what I'm saying. Enough's enough, okay? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Do you need to keep looking every time and saying it's perfect rapture in the stars? Do you do that? I've done it. It's over. Stop. And know that it's coming. And the signs point to it. Sure, okay. But changing it up and doing it different every time, it's pissing me off. Stop it. There's no contextual proof on an opinion on what the stars mean. You can't do that. We have the gospel. We know that. But moving the moons around and the planets and this stuff and then making a eschatological statement about it, dude, that's too far. And I'm done with it. That's it.